What's good, what is good, my stylers? We're back again with another video, and today we will be doing a marbled look to these makeup containers. Well, at least I use them for makeup, but this is another dollar DIY, so let's get on into it. So for this DIY, you're gonna need at least one container, a big bowl that the container can fit in when you dip it, some nail polish, paint, and a paintbrush. So because I'm going for the marbled look, I chose white paint as my base and a darker kind of looking color. I'm not really sure. This is like a dark gray. I let my mom pick it out considering this is part of her stuff too. So the first thing you'll be doing is painting your container your base color. So I got all of these at the dollar store. So this was only $4. But for you, it could just only be $3. It doesn't have to be like a whole buttload of money. So I didn't really think this through. I don't have anywhere to like put the paint, like to pour the paint. So I'm just gonna do this. Oh yeah, that looks so great. Okay, so you're just gonna be painting a thin layer of your base color. And then you're gonna let it dry. I have seen this all over social media, like TikTok and Instagram. I've literally seen this everywhere, so if it doesn't work out for me, I'm gonna be a little upset. It's not looking like it's working out. Okay, literally, it's like spotting everywhere. Okay, you guys, we're back. So, this is what it'll look like after 2 coats. I did just do a little touch up there so it looks a little bumpy. Be careful though because it does end up peeling, but hopefully the peeling won't affect what we're about to do. But ooh, I need to clean up the top. But yeah, so it does look a little streaky, but it's okay because you won't be seeing that you won't be seeing the streaks and stuff once you're done. But I did miss a spot, so I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit. I totally forgot to mention, but you will be needing a toothpick as well. So once you're done painting and it's completely dry, you're gonna take your nail polish that you got from the dollar store, any color of your choice, and you're just gonna dip it in the bowl of water right here. And this is why you do the one that you get from the dollar store. And you just make whatever like design you want. And once you do whatever design you want, then you take your toothpick and you kind of drag the nail polish to give it whatever little cool effect you want it to have. So once you're done making your design, you're going to take your container that is completely dry at this point, and you're just gonna dip it in. That's why you need a container that's big enough to hold, like tall enough to hold your container. But this is what it'll look like at the end. And that's why you also don't want to pour all of the nail polish out at once, because you're gonna need more for like the sides and stuff, depending on how big your container is. So if I just did this, and there, that's it. Pick it up on this side. Oh yeah, pour out the extra water that she did. And so yeah, this will be what your final product looks like. I actually like it a lot more than I intended to. This is a lot better than how I would have originally have winged it. So I'm glad it turned out like so. This actually looks like really good compared to what I was expecting it to look like. The only problem is I had nowhere to put this, so give me a second to find something. So to dry it will be probably your biggest problem. And so what you want to do to dry it is to be able to lift it. So because you didn't really get this part of your container, the top part of your container wet, you're gonna wanna open up a napkin and set it on the top that you did not just dip into the nail polish, and you're gonna let that dry. So now for this one, we're gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna take your nail polish and dip it. And as you're dipping it, you don't necessarily have to dip like all in one spot. You could do little zigzags, make like a little flower, any type of design you'd like. It's totally completely up to you. Just be aware, like once it starts pouring, it does pour quite quickly. So if you don't have a toothpick, don't worry, just make your design however you'd like while you're pouring, instead of using the toothpick to kind of direct it. So now that you have your second container, or your first container, you're going to, ooh, it's wet. It's okay if it's still a little bit wet, because both of my containers wet since I just did a bit of touch-up painting and it still turned out pretty good. So now, what I think I want to do, instead of getting all of the purple paint or the gray paint on this, I don't know if I want to dip it on its side or what. I think we're gonna just dip it regular like this, but you guys can dip it on your side or whatever, however you'd like. I'm just gonna keep dipping it this way and we'll see how it goes. So once you dip it like this, feel free to pull it right back up, because it gives it the marble look. And you see how the purple paint stops right here, because that's as deep as my container goes. If you don't want that, then simply go on the sides where the rest of the nail polish that you haven't used is, and just put your blank sides there. That way it picks up the nail polish and you're not wasting any, and you're still getting a nice design on every side. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more nail polish, because I still don't really have any purple nail polish on this side right here. So I'm just gonna take, or if you wanted to, really, you could just drop it onto the container itself. I don't really like that idea though, because look, it's coming out like pretty, like I painted it. It looks like I painted it. It doesn't really matter what kind of design you have if you're doing like a container, because it all looks the same, even though, you know, I didn't like do it all the same, you know? So we're just gonna dip it. And honestly, with this side, it's probably easier to dip. That way you could literally just flip it and dip it. Flip it and dip it, flip it and dip it, dip it and flip it, dip it and flip it. If you have like any children with you or animals, you might want to open up a window though, because the nail polish scent is pretty strong in my opinion right now. But nobody's with me right now. My dog's eating in a different room. So it's still a little splotchy right here on this side. So I'm just gonna dip it ever so lightly. Ever so lightly. And if you still don't like it, you can just go through and kind of spot check yourself of where it has too much or too little paint. And then you can always just rub it off, because yeah. So, but yeah, I think I'm satisfied with the way it looks. And if you don't like it, you can always literally just rub it off with your finger. And instead of giving it like the pure base color, it gives it a nice mixture color of all of what everything looks like, you know? Then this is what it would look like. So a nice little faded whatever. And if you don't like that afterward, you can take your nail polish again. Come on, Bubba. And just dip it again. And there you have it. Okay, be careful, because there's like water excess or whatever, extra water. So there you have it. So once they dry, they will give it a nice marble look, and no one would ever suspect that you bought them from the dollar store. And they look just like this. It's probably a lot cleaner than how I did it, because you guys know me, everything I do is always a mess. But yeah, so this is your DIY marble look. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below other DIYs I should do, or just videos in general. And smash that subscribe button down there where I at it, because my hands are all covered in paint just for you guys. So that's everything. Thank you so much for watching this video, and toodles. Okay, I need help. My hands are marbleized.